Hello everyone, my name is Derek and welcome to Gear on the Go. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Olight Arkfeld Pro in detail. I'm going to go over its features and design. I'm going to show you how I use it when I'm on the road traveling. If you're new here, I'm a frequent traveler and I like to make product review videos on products that made a positive impact on my travel experience, just like this one. So let's take a closer look at the Olight Arkfeld Pro. So to start off with the overall size of the flashlight, it's going to be 4.72 inches long, or 120 millimeters. It's going to be 1.06 inches wide, or 27 millimeters. And it's going to be 0.63 inches thick, or 16 millimeters. To put that into practical use, here's a credit card. I'm going to put it right next to it, just so you can see the size in comparison. On the very back, we have the two-way pocket clip. So this top section that goes onto the brim of a hat. This bottom section clips onto your pocket or into a bag. On the very back of the light, we have Olight's proprietary charging port, which pairs up with their magnetic charger. That way you can charge your flashlight. Then the other end of the charger is just a USB. On the sides of the flashlight, we have jimping. This is supposed to give you a little bit more grip as you're holding the flashlight, whether it be with these fingers or with your thumb. So in the very front of the flashlight, we have the dial as well as the switch. So if you turn the dial to the mode you want to use, you have UV, laser, and then regular flashlight. Then right below the dial and switch is the battery indicator. So if we turn on the flashlight, you can see my battery level is fully charged. If we turn the dial, that'll turn on the laser. Then turning the dial to the left, that'll turn on UV. Then on the very top, we have those three emitters. So on the left-hand side, that's the UV. The middle section, that's the laser. And the right-hand side, that's the flashlight. Now I'm going to take you to the hotel to show you how these work in practice. Alright, so now I'm going to go over the different operating modes of the flashlight. So the lowest setting is moonlight, which is 1 lumen. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen, I'm just highlighting the thermostat. If I press and hold the button, so you go to low, which is 15 lumens. So now I can see more of the door. Still pretty dim light, it's not super bright. If I press and hold it one more time, so you go up to medium, which is 100 lumens. Press and hold it one more time again, so we go to high. That's going to be 520 lumens. And if I double tap to do turbo, just 1300 lumens. If I triple tap, that's going to strobe, so strobe warning. If I flip the toggle to the middle, so it gave me the laser pointer, you can see the green dot there. In the dark, if you're trying to highlight something, if you double tap the button, so they give you the turbo plus the light. If you press and hold, you can cycle through those same exact things. So that way there's a little bit of light around the laser. So say if I'm highlighting this emergency evacuation plan, I can see the green dot where I'm pointing, as well as a little bit of light around the dot so I can see what I'm looking at. And if I switch over to UV, it's going to highlight anything reflective in the UV spectrum, as well as highlight any sort of fluids. For example, around the bathroom, you can see there's a little bit of liquid around here. So now that we're in a hotel room, now I'm going to show you guys how I use the Olight Arkfeld Pro to make sure the room is clean and safe for my stay. The first thing I typically do whenever I enter a hotel room is make sure that there's nobody hiding out in the closets or anything weird like that, or in the shower, or behind the curtains. You never know, you always want to put your safety first, that's top priority. The next thing I do is I grab my flashlight out of my backpack. I like to keep it up here in the front pocket. Just grab it out. That's the Olight Arkfeld Pro, ready to go. The next thing I like to do is turn off any lights in the room. So we got this light fixture here. one up here. And we also have the bathroom light on. So I'm going to shut off the light fixture. The light up here. And the bathroom light. Next thing I do is if it's daylight out, I like to close the curtains, that way there's no light coming into the room. Okay, now that all the lights are off, I'm going to take the Olight Arkfeld Pro out of lockout mode by pressing and holding the button. It's going to turn on to moonlight. It's a very dim light, hard to see. If I press on the button, it'll increase the brightness a little bit. So I just use the regular flashlight mode, just to double check the closets, as well as the bathroom. Make sure there's nothing under the bed. Once everything looks good, then I typically like to check the bed by turning it to the UV mode. Get this nice bright purple light. It's going to point out any stains for you. So during this process, I use the UV function of the light just to double check all the bed sheets and pillows, just to make sure there's no stains or anything gross on the beds. This bed looks pretty good. I'm going to check all the pillows. Everything looks nice and clean on this bed, which is a good thing for us. There's a couple little stains on these pillows. So I'm going to bring you guys in close and show you that. So upon initial inspection with a regular light, you can't really see anything here. No stains, etc. But the beauty of having the UV light is that it highlights these little stains. So if you can see it right there, let me do this. See a small stain there, as well as here. Very small stains, not a big deal at all. On this bed, this is what I'm doing. Just shining the light over the bed sheets, making sure I don't see any stains. I peel the covers back. Shine light over those. Go all the way down. Now if I check the pillows, there's a little bit of a stain on this pillow. So after I scan the sheets at the UV light, I switch it back to the regular flashlight mode. And I actually lift up the mattress. Make sure there's nothing nasty under here. Just check the underside real quick. This is a pretty flimsy mattress, so it kind of bends. And then what I'm looking at, so I lift up the mattress. Just give it a quick check, make sure there's nothing crawling around, anything gross under there. So now that we've gone over how to use the Olight Arkfeld Pro in a hotel room setting, I'm gonna go over some of the pros and the cons of the light. So the pros for me are you get a 3-in-1 flashlight, which switches over nicely with this toggle. So you can get a regular flashlight, you can get a laser, or a UV light, just at that flip of a switch. Pro number 2 for me is the form factor of the light. It's very slim and compact, easily fits in a backpack. I've had no issues getting it through TSA. And a pro for me in particular, I like the color scheme light that I have. It's the zombie green that was offered back in October of 2023. So as far as cons go, con number 1 is a proprietary charger on the base of the flashlight. While it is slim and compact, you do need to have Olight's special cable in order to charge a flashlight. Not a huge deal, it's just an extra cable I gotta remember to take with me on trips. Con number 2 is the battery is not user replaceable. So in order for this battery to be replaced, you have to send it back into Olight, which could be an additional cost or frustration, which would cause you to lose your flashlight. And then con number 3 for me is I wish that Olight made this a little bit shorter and more compact. That would be easier to take on trips. The form factor is already great, I just wish it was a little bit shorter. Maybe they could create like an Arkfeld Pro Mini or something in the future. So that's what I like using the Arkfeld Pro for whenever I'm traveling. Just to make sure the hotel room I'm staying in is nice and safe and nice and clean. If you found value in this video, I'd appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up down below. And consider subscribing for future travel videos just like this one. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.